Good morning, everybody. We're going to take a look at the Jamstec weather model, and it has some interesting things on it. What we're going to go over today in this video is the consistency the Jamstec is showing. I want to say this too, the Euro seasonal is also agreeing, just a little tidbit with the Jamstec model, that the heat's going to subside a little bit in August, not too much though, but then it's going to build back up in September for the deep south, and that's, media's going on about how that's so hot. And the thing is, there's so much cool in the world right now. This is a record cool summer for the Great Lakes and Midwest, but you don't see them ranting on about that. Just a little tidbit. But anyways, we're going to take a look at our Jamstec 2-meter air temperature anomalies. And first of all, we're going to take a look at, let's get to December through February, the winter months. Here's the combination, the average of every single model that's on the site. And as you can see, yeah, we have a lot of heat there in the North Pole. But what that does is create some troughing here in this southern USA. And this model run, the average of all the models, is showing a very cool look to the Gulf states, especially to a little bit of the southeast. But also, we have a big chunk of not so hot air. So that's telling me we have the potential for that to fill in with cold. Let's see what happens in the next 2 months. If that does fill in, things are looking likely that will happen because we're in a El Nino Modiki, which means it's going to create a trough in the southeast USA. Now let's take a look at the F2 model, which is just a different variation of the Jamstec model. And this is interesting, guys. This has a big cold look for the southeast. But what I want you to get the picture of, guys, is that every single one of these models, you're going to see cold for the southeastern USA. So again, consistency is king in modeling. But again, here's the F2 model showing more cold towards the southeast and more colder. It's spread out in the southeast, but it's also a colder look to it. But again, we still have a lot of not so hot air, I'm saying, because it's not cold air. But there's a lot of not so hot air in places like Ohio and Indiana, Illinois, the Midwest. So that's something you want to watch out for as well, because that can fill in with cold air as the modeling goes on in the next 2 months. Let's take a look at the F2 3D VAR model. Again, just a different variation of the Jamstec weather model. Again, cold for the deep south, just like the combination of every single model had. But again, look at the consistency. We're seeing colder, or at least average temperatures for the southeast. So a colder look to the southeast. And keep in mind, the southeast can very well get snows in the wintertime. Yeah, they're not in a climate that supports all winter long cold. But again, you can get some cold fronts come in, and then you'll get a storm system off the subtropical jet, and the combination of the trigger, which is the storm system, and the cold air, you can get some hefty snows down there. We saw this is an extreme example, but the blizzard of 1993, we saw feet of snow in areas like Atlanta, Georgia, at least 6 to 12 inches. Pretty incredible. Look that up if you want. But here's the 2-meter air temperatures anomalies for the F2SI model, the last model we're going to look at. And again, the consistency is there. A lot of cold, or at least average temperatures there in the southeast, especially the Gulf states in this run, the F2SI. But again, consistency, and that's what I want you to get. If you get anything from this video, the Jamstec model is showing consistency, and that's based off the science behind the why of this would happen, because we have an El Nino Modiki for this winter. And what that would do is essentially create a trough in the southeast and in the eastern portion of the USA. And that would create a positive P&A outlook, in other words, ridging in the western half of the USA, especially towards California, Washington State, and Oregon. Just wanted to do a brief little update on that. I will have much more to come on the why behind the what and the analytics of why all this will happen. Stay tuned, take care, and have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this update. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will have more quality long-range content to come. Have a good day.